Hi, my name is Ben Thomas. I come from Cumbernauld, which is actually 10 minutes up from the canal, and I'm a student in Glasgow Kelvin College, learning and getting the skills and qualifications to become an outdoors instructor. Before that, before college, I've already been paddleboarding. I've been paddleboarding since 2022. So I've been doing loads and loads of litter picks in the canal, as well as I've also been taking loads of fishing line off of trees. My main relationship with the canal is literally just right here for me. I only live a 10-minute drive up that way, so it's so easy for me to get down here any day that I'm feeling down, or any day that the weather is nice, and if the sun ever comes back, any day that the sun is out and I just want to go for a paddle. I decided to start cleaning up the local canal because I was once paddling here, and I just saw the amount of stuff that was wrapped in trees. I saw the amount of stuff that was in the water, and then at the same time I started to see all of this abundant life coming up from basically the ground. It just all rose up from the ground, and I saw that it was full of life, and that's when I kind of made that decision, like, right, I need to do something because all of this wildlife is here now and it's their home. I've helped birds not get entangled in fishing line, which is one of the main things that I think you would see all along here because of how much it's on the trees. I've also helped some wee bits make it to look a lot nicer as well when I've taken rubbish out of the canal and when I've taken stuff out of the trees. And I've also just helped the general public be able to look at me and go like, oh wait, he's taking rubbish out of the canal, that's amazing. We can do that too next time we're down here. I would always encourage others to do the same, is because if we don't protect it, we're going to lose it. It's very full of people and full of wildlife here. I think I've already saw about 30 people this morning already. They've only been here for 20 minutes, and if you think how much people are using the canal daily and what will happen if it just gets horrible and gets full of rubbish, nobody's going to want to come here and use the canal anymore. So my favourite thing about the canal is it's amazing for paddleboarding because there's loads and loads of bits where there's relatively little or no wind because of the ways that it's all twisted. It's also amazing because it links Glasgow to Edinburgh. You can paddle right through the coast to coast if you wanted to. To make sure I'm always safe, I always have my buoyancy aid on. And in my buoyancy aid I usually keep a small knife in case I get entangled in anything when I'm on the water. I always keep my phone in a waterproof pouch so that if anything happens, I've always got my phone. I always make sure it's on me and not on my board, because if you lose your board and have to detach from your board, I always wear a good pair of shoes so that if I was to fall in and I stand on anything jaggy or any solid rocks, I'm not going to get hurt feet. Something else that comes in handy is just having a cap on, because it means that you're not getting wind or rain hitting your face as well. If you're ever doing stuff like this near or on the water, just always make sure if you're near the water you're staying at least 2 meters back and you've got a buoyancy aid on, or if you've got a life jacket on, or at least if there's somebody else there, even so that if you were to get into difficulty they can also help assist you or help get 999. And the last thing I'm going to say is, if you're ever wanting to come out and do this, just please be mindful of the water. Respect the water because it's going to be cold, so just make sure you need to prepare for cold water shock and protect yourself with a buoyancy as well, just to make sure you're always safe in the water. And last thing I'm going to say is just come out and enjoy the canal because it's here for you.